So, my next speaker coming up is Kathy Baldwin, who is a visionary in the realms of personal transformation and women's empowerment. We have some wonderful, wonderful speakers today. Hi, Kathy. How are you?
I am so excited to be here, Ramonda. Thank you.
Good to see you. So, we have little uh, undertitle for you under your name. Unlearn the crap. What does that mean?
Well, just like Nikki, I used to be a good girl and do what was expected of me and all the shoulds. And I had to unlearn all that crap if I was going to survive and thrive. So I've written a book and TV show, everything under Unlearn the Crap, and I'm on a mission for us to get rid of all of those things that disempower us.
Yeah, for sure, and hold us back. Well, Kathy, I am excited to hear your talk today. So it's over to you.
Thank you so much for having me. I used to think that rejection was my kryptonite. And I used to tell people, be careful, be careful. If you reject me, I will fall apart. I was cognitively aware of the power that rejection had on me. I knew the pain it caused. I knew how it could take me out of my game. And yet I put the responsibility for not being rejected in everybody else's hands. What that did was leave me in a place of constantly being in people pleasing, self sabotaging, any type of mode that would protect my relationship so I wouldn't be rejected. Because I believed that being rejected was equal to dying. And I've since learned that when I had my full breakdown and I lost everything and everybody, and I was literally alone and had felt the full weight of rejection, I realized that this was my empowerment moment because the worst thing that I ever thought could happen to me happened, and I was still living. And not only was I living, but I was living in a place where I could make choices and decisions about who I wanted to be and what kind of life I wanted to have. And I realized that I'm not alone because the stats about rejection and isolation and loneliness are heartbreaking. 25% of adult children are estranged from their parents. 28% of adults are estranged from their own siblings. And 61% of adults say they feel lonely some or most of the time. Rejection is built right into our DNA. It is part of that community where we thrive together because in isolation we were subject to the outside forces of being prey for somebody's dinner or something's dinner, but also the warmth, the community, everything required that we be in connection with each other. So rejection was such a strong motivator. It was part of keeping us alive. Do you know that rejection and the feeling of rejection is the same brain processes as physical pain? And that women have multiple births, multiple children, because they're able to forget what that physical pain was. But the pain of rejection can be recalled and felt as acutely as if you were going through it in the moment. We can't do that with our bodies with childbirth. But yet, the emotional pain that we experience when we lose somebody that's so important to us, when we feel that they have rejected us or not loved us, It leaves us in a state of possible vulnerability if we allow it. But it can also give you a place of freedom when you realize that your choice to live your own life can be independent of what anybody else wants. We don't have to continue to have our lives with the people that we were brought into this world with. We may not be able to be our best self if we are stuck in that old container. We might be rejected so that we could be freed. That's what happened to me. You see, because I was spending all my time people pleasing and I was self-sacrificing, things that people didn't even know I was sacrificing, but I did. And it was eating away at my soul. So those people that rejected me and my family, as heartbreaking and as painful as it is, I even get emotional now thinking about it. But I could not be who I am today. I could not be living my life on purpose. I could not have a chance to do what my life's mission was for if I was still in servitude of the fear of rejection. If I was continuing to give my power away only in the hopes of not being rejected. It was the most freeing thing that happened to me, to realize that the worst had happened. Everything that I had given up, I had still lost it all, but yet I gained myself. I could look myself in the mirror and smile knowing I liked who was there. I could look in the mirror and feel proud of who I was and the choices I made. And that saying that I had lived by my whole life, what I say and do is about me, but what other people say and do is about them. Their choices to live their life in their way, whether it includes me or not, is none of my business, even if I love them. The love never stopped. I still love all those people that aren't in my daily life, but I have love for myself now, and I'm unlearning my crap. And I hope that you can see that rejection is not a failure. It does not mean a shameful thing. It does not say anything negative about you. It could be the very thing that cuts the chains that hold you back from yourself. Thank you. I'm Kathy Baldwin, the author and host of Unlearn the Crap, and I wish you nothing but the best possible life that you can live.
Oh, wow. Wow, Kathy, so powerful. And you have had to go through such a transformative journey to really empower yourselves. And I love that you got emotional because it just shows how much truly matters to you to transform other people's lives through that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it kept me prisoner for so long. It put me in a place of servitude where I disrespected myself and I felt ashamed of who I was and what I was doing in order to hold on to these people in my life.
yeah.
And their life was theirs. I didn't have the right to try to hold them attached to me.
Yeah. That's just so, so beautiful, Kathy. Oof, had chills. And there were some moments in your talk that I was like, that is such a freeing message for our audience today to know that they don't have to be chained by that, by fears of rejection and, you know, almost forget who you are, so to start your life all over again. That was powerful.
Thank you so very much for giving me a chance to have my voice heard.
Absolutely, Kathy. And I think, through doing this work right now, we're helping others to release their chains, which is so prevalent in today's world. Just so afraid of rejection, of self-judgment of what other people will think of us. And that's the beginning of empowerment, when we stop caring about that and we own our voice, own our truth, and speak unapologetically. So, Kathy, congratulations. Thank you so much. How do people get in touch with you?
KathyBaldwin.me is my website. I am on all of the social networks. My book is Unlearn the Crap about personal success and empowerment. And I have a weekly TV show by the same name, Unlearn the Crap, on Thursdays. So any way that you can reach out to me, I want to connect personally with anybody that I can be of assistance to.
Yeah. And if that voice inside of you is so strong right now, fearing that rejection, worried about what people are going to say, you're not truly living in your purpose and alignment, get in touch with some of our speakers. Drop Kathy a message. Let her know. I mean, I know it's very hard to admit our faults. What would you say to someone who perhaps is going through this right now in silence? It's like, reaching out to Kathy right now would be admitting that part about myself, and that feels so scary. What would you say to someone like that right now?
I would say that that is part of the crap we need to unlearn. That message of not being perfect, of trying to not showcase our vulnerability, our humanness, is part of the marketing message that has been put in our society, that is designed to keep us disempowered, designed to keep us stuck in a system. Because when we rise up and we find our voice and we find our empowerment, we are unstoppable, and we are not controllable, and we're not manipulatable, and we are part of what the world is crying for. So if you feel that, know that it is a lie that has been brainwashed into us for generations. It's not the truth. And stepping into who you are is what you're here for.
Kathy, absolutely love that message for our audience today. I told you, share this widely, share it with your audience, because there are some powerful messages, and this is how we create ripple effect. This is how we reach more people who may not even realize or know that they're living in this repetitive story in their minds, and it's holding them back from truly living the life that they desire and deserve to have right now. Kathy, I can't wait to see you at the Women Thrive Summit next year, and of course for our audience to connect with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Oof. I promised you all that today is going to be powerful, and our speakers are certainly bringing their magic to this stage right now. So